How do we go from like restaurants? But oh, we were doing the boogie thing. But yeah, like I tried to diversify. Tried to diversify multiple times. Just nothing ever really worked out, and I ended up getting burned out. What's my favorite pizza? Mushroom and onions. Mushroom and onions or barbecue chicken. One bite of anything in your full chips. Potato chips. Potato chips can be chewed up to a really fine paste, and you can eat a lot of calories on chips without getting full. Everybody's like Boogie, Phil, DSP. Like the problem with all of this is we have nothing in common, right? Like what would me and Boogie talk about? Boogie's into like Magic the Gathering, and he used to like run like porn websites and stuff like that. I ain't never do anything of that. You know what I did when I was a young man? I rode the river. I had a boat. I drove the boat around the river. I worked and I went on the river and I played Call of Duty. That's what I did in my youth, right? What do I have in Phil? Phil's got like a business degree, and like his family has like a business, and like he's done what I've done for the last 15 years, which is basically be a recluse. What are we going to talk about? Right? Like the idea of putting us in like a group chat together, you think I'm going to like pull stuff out of somebody? Like, no. Like, here's the thing. Like, getting people that naturally get picked on and have every word they say dissected isn't going to create good content. It's going to create boring content because everybody's going to be afraid that anything they say is going to get spun into something worse for them. I mean, like, if you're comparing me between Boogie and Phil, I would 100% hands down say, like, I am the closest to the alpha male of that group, and I don't even believe in, like, alpha male and stuff like that. It's, if you find yourself worrying if you're an alpha male or not, you're probably living a lie, to be honest with you. Because a grown-ass man takes care of his family. That's what he does. Period. He doesn't care about what somebody else is doing. He doesn't care about how his neighbor's house is run. Grown-ass man takes care of his family, takes care of his own business. More manly than others. What makes a man a man? That's the question. Like, are you basing it off of like a perceived notion of what a man is? Like, does a man have a hairy chest? What about dudes without hairy chests? So does it make a man that you can fist fight, or is a man that can actually solve a problem without violence? What determines a man, right? Like in the wild, the alpha male is the one that basically can protect the pack. And you can do that by, making sure all your ducks in a row. So you're saying penis size determine a man, but that doesn't make sense, right? Because like you ever watch something like that and see like these dudes that are like 125 pounds soaking wet, and like a fourth of their body weight is the PP. Come on now, dude. I don't worry about being a man or not. When I wake up in the morning, I don't be like, what can I do today to be an alpha male? You know what I think about? I think about like, all right, I need to make X amount of dollars. I need to do this. I need to be emotionally available more. And stuff like that. I think about how can I make myself and the people around me that I love's life better. That's what I think when I get up. I don't think about, I wonder how good my traps look, or like I worry about like building my body up so somebody else can judge me based on it, which there's nothing wrong with that if that's your thing, right? But different strokes for different folks. I'm not trying to say it's not what most people don't deal with, Sam. I'm just saying that's the mindset that I'm in personally. I mean, to me, that's what makes society society. Why don't me and Kelly do a podcast together? Because Kelly doesn't want anything to do with this stuff anymore. What you guys don't get about Kelly is very innocent. Right? She will joke and think people are out to try to be her friend when they're really not. And in the end, it hurts her. When she gets hurt, it hurts me. Do I think men of the day can survive World War II? Yes. Because people that went into World War II are people that were just naive, honestly. Like, they didn't know what they were actually getting into. They didn't make humans any different. I mean, humans still do the same thing. People still have the same insecurities. You're worried about, like, are there more people that have, like, let's take for example, like, I'm so culture, like, say a furry, for example, right? You're worried that you don't think there were people that wanted to be, like, identified as a cat in 1940. They just didn't have an outlet for it. It was just culturally unacceptable. So they stayed to their own. They still had that stuff back then. They had the crazy uncle. They just kept him in the fucking bedroom. He didn't have a blog. Like, people, I mean, the world's gotten smaller with communication getting bigger. The internet created a bridge to a lot of, like, cultures and things that let people see. Like, atheism, for example, grew exponentially with the birth of the internet, because people that didn't believe weren't allowed to do it because they were lampooned in areas where, like, you would have your whole life fucked up if you didn't believe in a certain religion or, you know, culture. I heard that today, that their classrooms have litter boxes for furries now. Like, dog. I ain't hating, but that's a little much, right? I'm like, all right, you want to be a cat? Cool. There's some cats that can use the toilet. We're going to assume you're a really smart cat. Go use the toilet. You know, that's where I would be at. Sure. I used the toilet like it's my favorite item in the house. We had a get together on Kelly's side of town, and then we were talking about, like, gender fluidity, and they brought that up about, like, litter boxes in schools. Like, that can't be real. Cannot be real. That's super extreme. Like, look at this. Like, don't ban this guy. But you see that K3431D3 guy? Keemstar talk trash about you. Like, what do you guys think that guy's, like, whole, like, purpose is, right? Like, his whole purpose was to come in here and to try to get me to start drama with Keemstar. Right? That's his whole purpose. Because you know what? There's not a day on this planet that somebody doesn't create a video or talk shit about me in some way, to the point that I don't care. Do not care. Not even the slightest nanobit. They could be, you know, Darkside Phil could be downing me right now on his YouTube channel. I won't even give a shit about it. You know why? Because my name means nothing. My name is basically mud now. I'm what word am I looking for? I'm making an example. Like, I would not care that somebody talks trash about me. It's all right. They don't like me. They don't like me. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. Why should I care? All that, like, defending yourself, which I'm trying to not defend myself more and more, because defending myself has done nothing but make my life worse. All right? Like, people are going to think what they're going to think about you regardless. I want to challenge you for 1 week. Have everything planned out, structure, same bedtime, same stream time, same meal times. Doable? I could do it, but what's the reward? By the way, thank you for the $20, Skip. Drama alert. Boogie got a real job at Meta PC. What is Meta PC? This cat is licking the shit out my elbow.